Hello again, second grade, and welcome to the last lesson in Unit 4. This is Unit 4, Lesson 5 about American symbols. So here we're going to talk about different symbols and monuments in the United States and why they were built, what they represent, what they're used for, and so on. So the first thing we're going to do again is our essential question. You're going to answer, what represents a country? What do you think? So think about different things that are used to represent or to show a country, something that is a symbol of a country. Underneath on the word hunt, you're going to find and circle the words symbol and represent, and then you're going to find two more new words, any words that are new to you, and you're going to write them on the line. Once you've completed that, we're going to go ahead and get started with our lesson.
Lesson 5. American Symbols. Essential question. What represents a country? What do you think? Symbols of our government. The next day, Mrs. Miller taught the students about symbols of the United States. A symbol is something that stands for something else. The class read about people and special buildings in Washington, D.C. that represent our government. The White House is where the president works and lives. The Washington Monument reminds people that George Washington was a great American leader. The Capitol is where people in our government write laws. The Supreme Court is where judges make sure our laws agree with the Constitution of the United States. Quick check. What is a symbol?
Okay, now we're going to be doing a few things on this page. So our quick check question says, what is a symbol? Now we know from the reading on page 120 that a symbol is something that stands for something else. So we're going to go ahead and pay attention to that because it will come up later. Now on our questions that we see on page 121 under reading skills, it says certain text features help you locate information quickly. Circle the captions on this page. Now remember, the captions are the words you find under a picture that tell you more about it. So go ahead and circle all of the captions on these two pages. For number 2, why are the captions helpful? So think about what the captions do. Why are they helpful? Go ahead and write down your answer in the number 2 section. And for number 3, why is the Washington Monument an important American symbol? So again, you're going to find the answer to that question by looking at the caption underneath it. Take a minute to write down your answers. You can pause the video if you want to pause it, and then we can move on to the next pages.
Symbols of freedom. Some American symbols stand for freedom, said Mrs. Miller. She told the students about an event called the 4th of July and a special bell called the Liberty Bell. 4th of July. The 4th of July is also known as Independence Day. On this day, we celebrate America's independence, or freedom from England. People celebrate the event with picnics, parades, and fireworks. The Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell was created to proclaim liberty or freedom throughout the land. It is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Liberty Bell cannot be rung because it has a crack and might break. But each year on the 4th of July, it is gently tapped to celebrate America's independence. Did you know? The stamp of the Liberty Bell is a primary source. Quick check. Why do Americans celebrate on the 4th of July?
Okay, now our quick check question also lines up with number 1 in our reading skills question. So our reading skills that we're focusing on are asking and answering questions about key details. So one thing you should do when you read is to ask and answer questions about the text. It helps you get a better understanding of it. It helps you figure out if there's anything you're not sure about and helps you to find the answers. So for number 1, it says, what do Americans celebrate on the 4th of July? You're going to circle the sentence in your book that tells you what Americans are celebrating. Now remember, the 4th of July was talked about on page 122. So circle the sentence there. For number 2, what does the word liberty mean? So read through and use your context clues to figure out what liberty means. So read through the sentence, read through the words that are next to the word liberty that give you clues about what it means, and please use a complete sentence when you write your answer. For number 3, write your own question about a symbol of the United States and have a friend or someone at home answer it for you. So you're going to write down your question and the answer. Once you've completed that, we're going to go on to the last pages of this lesson, which are also going to be the last lesson pages in this unit before we do our big idea project.
Symbols of hope. The Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island are also symbols of the United States, said Mrs. Miller. The students remembered that the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island had special meanings for immigrants. The class read about these special symbols. The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is located in New York Harbor. It is a symbol of hope and freedom for people around the world. Ellis Island. Today, people visit the museum on Ellis Island to see the place where many immigrants stopped before beginning their lives in America. Mrs. Miller asked the students to draw their own symbol of the United States. Your symbol should show something you learned about citizens and government, she told them. The students thought about what they had learned. Carlos chose to make a symbol about our guaranteed rights. Lena chose to make a symbol about our government. Each student began to work on their own special symbols. Quick check. Why are the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island symbols of the United States?
Okay, for our quick check question, why are the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island symbols of the United States? We know that they are the first things that immigrants see when they enter New York Harbor. The Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island stand for hope, freedom, and freedom to the people around the world. Now, what you're going to do on page 125 is you're going to make your own special symbol of the United States in that box, and you're going to label it. So make sure you put a label or a caption to describe what it is. And then you're going to answer your essential question, what represents a country? Go back to the show as you go pages on 90 and 91 to complete the section for this lesson. And then you can go ahead and get started on your quiz and begin working on your big idea project. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.